I just wanted to take a year out, you know. I wanted to find myself. See, my dad was training the likes of Nigel Benn, Chris Pyatt, Mark Cayley. He was involved in some big fights, you know, in training camps. And I visited some of them training camps with him. And but I don't know what it was. I wanted to take a year out, and a year turned into 10 years like that. 10 years just flew by. And so that brings me up to 35, right? 34, 35.
About, yeah.
Yeah, and I've never stopped training. I never stopped travel. I've done a bit of travelling in that time, and I just always thought my youth is always going to be there. Just feel invincible. You know what I mean? Like you think it's not going to go anywhere. You don't understand it, and I trained in different countries. No matter where I went on my travels, I found a gym and trained. I always did. That's what I was like. I was just a gym freak, so to speak. You know what I mean? And then I come back. I was away. You know, I went to Australia. I went to America, and I was in Spain a lot. You know, because I had friends there and that. But I sparred. I was in the Peacock training in my 30s, and I was playing because I found myself. I found me mantra and found me rhythm. Do you know what I mean? And I found me style because going back to when I was an amateur. Repton Boxing Club taught me how to box. Yeah, no disrespect to West Ham. West Ham was good, but West Ham had me on my front foot, going forward, no head movement. When I see my videos now, I was strong. I didn't realise how strong I was for a young kid. And but you know, I walked on a few shots, and then I met a guy called George Odwell at Repton Boxing Club when my dad took me there. My dad took me to Repton Boxing Club. He left me in boxing club. He left me in the Repton Boxing Club. Left me. Never went back there. You know, very often. And excuse me. He left me with a guy called George Odwell, and I think he's dead now. I'm pretty sure he's dead now. George, lovely man, and Georgie Bowers, George Odwell. But George Odwell, he got me off my front foot. He had me head centre balance. Yeah, he probably realised I weren't the biggest of punchers. So why fight on the front foot? So he got me moving my head from left to right, moved my feet a little bit, and I knew, you know, I had fun boxing. hit and don't be it. So I don't know why I got onto that. Now.
Sorry, we're talking. It's okay. It's a beauty of these podcasts is they can go in any different direction. Yeah. So we're all good. You mentioned your dad there.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Jimmy Tibbs in British boxing.
Yeah.
You mentioned Nigel Benn and all the other fighters that he worked alongside. Going back to just Jimmy Tibbs as your dad, you mentioned the fact that he was in prison when you were young.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how that would affect me being that young. What was it like for you?
Do you know what? I was only 2 years old when I realised. It's pretty. I remember everything. You know, remember everything. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I remember everything, and I remember how it all happened, sort of thing, and it was just my life, I guess, Robert. You know, I just thought that was it. I just thought all dads were like that. I guess I think so. I think so, if you know what I mean. But then, as I got a bit older, obviously we had to go on visits, and yeah, it was difficult for my mum, I guess. But we had a bit of help from my mum's family, as in, you know, we pulled together. My dad's had some good friends in the East End that, you know, we just got on with it. It was me and my brother. We went to school. It was difficult at school, to tell the truth, when I think back. And it was difficult at school. We got a little bit of, you know, people saying things and that. It weren't easy. But we just got on with it, you know. We got on with it, and yeah, I think it was our life. That's all we know.
Yeah, I sort of have similar conversations with people. I mean, like, ask silly questions to say Chris Eubank Jr. Like, what's it like growing up being a Eubank? And he's like, well, I never knew anything else. It's so it's how it's what you're introduced to, and it's your life as you live it, I guess, is sort of what you're saying.
Yeah, well, how can I say it? It's all we knew. So we was brought up, you know, to be fair, it's been good for us. It's been good for us in some ways. In some ways, it ain't been so good, because it's really hard for me to explain, Robert, because I'm not a moaner or a groaner. I've been brought up to get on with things, but in school, going back to school, we were just normal kids, me and my brother, but my dad was like seen as a gangster, and it was difficult, and it's quite unfair really when I think about it, but it was just how it was. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I can imagine. I don't want to dwell too much on it. I will talk about kind of more positive things, but do you remember how old were you when he got out?
When my dad come out, I'll never forget the day when he come out of prison. The old street come out, and my dad pulled up, and he's quite modest. My dad, he really is, and he pulled across down the road. He had a nice car. He come home in a really nice car, and we've never been in a car, I don't think, me and my brother. But he come home in a lovely car. I won't say what it was, but he parked it down the street because he was that's the sort of man he is. And there was all people out on the street and that, yeah. But
it must have been a great time. Welcoming him back. And then obviously, of course, he went back to boxing. And enjoyed tremendous success, and now we see him now. I mean, I remember coming to your house sort of 6-7 months ago now, which has flown by.
Yeah.
And every time I'm in the gym with your old man, it's always a great experience for me. So I can only imagine what it's like for you to be able to have him to call on his experiences and also spend that time with him. Yeah,
I've always liked being around me dad. I like having him around me.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you think it's because of the fact that you didn't always have him growing up? Is that just the benefit of?
No, to be fair, when he trained me as a pro, we never always seemed eye to eye. We clashed a lot, we did clash a lot, I must say, and we've had some terrible arguments. You know what I mean? But when we work together, it's like poetry, and it's when you can read each other's minds.
Right, telepathic.
That's what it's like. So when we work together in boxing, nothing comes in our way. Any quarrels we've had or ups and downs, bang, it's all side. We've got battle. We're in a battle. We've got to win in the best way possible and keep our man safe. And that's how we work together. And bang, bang, bang. We work well together in the gym. Lately, since that lockdown, he's been in the gym with me, and it's been brilliant with these prospects and all, because words of wisdom, and is treasure. You know what I'm saying, Robert? And so it's good for the young prospects. I'm sure their parents realise our what good that is for their fighters. Like, yeah.